I want to show you a really hard clip to watch that came out on Israeli television, Channel 14 last night, and then it was shown, it went around the web. I guess they found it on the web, about what's really happening in Gaza, about the people who are starving and who's causing the starvation in Gaza. So what we see here is a clip of 3 men who are pleading for their lives on the ground, and look at how skinny they are, right? And they are accused by the man with a gun in front of them, who is a civilian-clad Hamas terrorist. So he's a militant. He's a military personnel, and he's not wearing a uniform, which is a war crime in and of itself. And he's attacking them and about to kill them. Why? Because they stole food, and they stole food. They're clearly hungry. Look at what they look like, and who knows whether they're trying to feed their families or whether they want to sell it or whether they want to eat. They stole food, and for that, they're about to be killed by this Hamas guy. Watch.
شرف خواتكم اعفوا عنا المرة هذه اعفوا عنا المرة هذه يا عمي اعفوا عنا المرة هذه بعدين على رجلك خلي شايل الطحال يا عمي يا اخوان يا صاحبي وينك؟ فيش عندي مناعة ما عندوش عامل عملية الزلمة والله لابوه عامل عملية والله لابوه يا شباب شرفا شرف خواتكم خلينا نقول ابوه عرش غنم حياة اولاد حياة اولاد يا عمي والله ما تفضحونا يا عمي والله ما تفضحونا قسام كل واحد يروح من هون يلا يا ابو الشباب اخوي شهيد انا وابن اخوي شهيد والله اخوي شهيد وابن اخوي شهيد اخوي حامد شهيد والله اخوي حامد شهيد بكفي يا صاحبي بكفي والله اخوي حامد شهيد بكفي يا رب والله شهيد وحياة ربنا شهيد والله شهيد وحياة ربنا خلي لك اولادك اللي خلي لك اولادك اللي خلي لك اولادك يا رب يا رب عشان وعشان محمد رسول الله
Only one side here is criminal. It's Hamas, and of course Hezbollah, and all of the members of this axis of genocide that are acting together under Iranian leadership to annihilate the Jewish people. All right, if you looked at that video, what you saw was a scene that played out time after time, video after video, that Hamas posted of Israeli victims on October 7th begging for their lives before being executed by the same Hamas sadistic murderers that killed those 3 thieves in Gaza. That's who the enemy is. They're cruel, they're monstrous, they're sadists, they're fat and happy. You saw that guy, he was well fed because Hamas controls all of the humanitarian assistance. Why? Because America doesn't want Israel to control Gaza and demands that Israel not control the humanitarian assistance distribution, right? And so Hamas does. It's either them or Israel. There's no fairy godmother. So either Israel defeats Hamas and seizes control over Gaza for the foreseeable future, or Hamas is in control of Gaza and attacks Israel over and over and over again and starves the people of Gaza with the United States and a chorus of international anti-Semites raiding in and accusing Israel of committing the crimes that Hamas is committing against its own people. So whether it's in Lebanon, with fantasy deals with genocidal terrorists from Hezbollah, Iran, or whether it's in Gaza with fantasy deals with genocidal terrorists from Hamas, the United States' policy is totally delusional. And if you want to understand why Netanyahu finally brought what was boiling under the surface, which was much discussed behind the scenes from January until June, above the covers, and exposed it to the world, that the United States is embargoing Israel, is placing arms embargoes on Israel on the eve of this war in Lebanon, now we understand why. It's to try to pull the Americans back from this fantasy that they're living in, or at least alert the American people to what's happening, because Israel has no choice but to go forward and just reassert its sovereign control over northern Israel. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today. I'll talk to you later on. Take care.